Welcome back. If you are an entrepreneur and you would like to have help in your business, but you're low on resources, low on funds, you are going to want to stick around for this show. Today, I'm doing business checkup, but our guest today is going to talk to you about her new service that is really for entrepreneurs who are looking for resources, looking for help. And she's got a fantastic way of getting you that help without you necessarily having to have the resources up front, right? So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce Nicole Murphy of Barter Black. She is here in the DMV. Oh, and I forgot, this is a business checkup. What we do here on this channel is we talk all about marketing. So Nicole Murphy is here. She's going to talk to us about Barter Black. She's from the DMV, where I'm from, and yeah, so we're neighbors. So that's really cool too. Just found that out. So Nicole, so
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I am Nicole Murphy, as you said, born and raised in Washington, D.C. I do live in Maryland now, but I am the founder and CEO of Barter Black, which is a bartering platform for Black entrepreneurs to exchange goods and services with each other. And right now, we are in the middle of a huge pivot, and we are relaunching our platform on August 12th.
oh, fantastic. So, yeah, and so you mentioned something that I said DMV, and for those of you who are not in the DMV and have no idea what that is, it's the District of Columbia, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Because DC is so small, we kind of include the whole metropolitan area as part of it. So that's what DMV stands for. Anywho, so so let's talk about Barter Black and why did you decide to start this platform?
Yeah, so I started Barter Black or even thought about the concept during the pandemic. Before Barter Black, I had a short-term property management company in the DMV area where we cleaned and managed Airbnb properties. So, of course, when the pandemic happened, a lot of things shut down, including, vacation rentals and things of that nature. So my business suffered, of course, and not only was I suffering, I saw how other Black entrepreneurs were struggling as well. And to me, I asked myself the question, well, we're struggling. Why aren't we helping each other? Like, why isn't
Mm,
there a call to action? Like, okay, who needs this? Who needs that?
yeah,
So
you don't
Barter
said a
Black,
word.
yeah, so Barter Black just came to mind. Like, okay, we can start bartering, and this is the way that we can, grow and scale our business, help each other in our business. Um, so I started working on Barter Black, and that is how we got here.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So are you doing this full time? Is this now your business?
Yes. So even though the pandemic shut down my business, we did open back up, but it wasn't as busy as it was before the pandemic. Some of my property owners, they ended up moving. They didn't want to do Airbnb anymore. So I lost a lot of clients. So that was in 2020. In June of 2021, I decided to shut the entire thing down and focus on Barter Black full time.
You know what? You're not the only one. I have been in that situation before too, not with a brick and mortar business, but just pivoting. I started with a digital download store and then ended up shutting that down. Had a an online radio station. I shut that down too. And then now I'm here. And if my YouTube audience is paying attention, they'll know that I'm kind of still in the valley of decision about what my niche is, but they know I'm a marketer. And my whole focus really is about helping entrepreneurs to scale using automation, leveraging automation and that all that wonderful stuff. So let's talk about Barter Black. So how are you attracting the people who are coming on to the platform?
So my main thing is that because we have been around, or I've launched 2 years ago, my main thing has been educating on social
Mhm.
media, email marketing, and those things, because bartering is something that people have heard of, but not many people have used it to grow and scale their business. So my
Mhm.
main thing, or the thing that I'm focusing on is education part of bartering.
Okay.
But I use social media. I use partnerships as a way. With this new platform, I've included people into the process of rebuilding and launching this platform. So we have people who are involved in the entire process as far
Mhm.
as, creating that community like feel where people feel involved in me rebuilding and relaunching. So those are the things that I use, and it's not funny because I knew you was going to mention automation, but I didn't think about this morning when my 16-year-old, he has homework this summer, and one of his things of homework is learning about AI. And surprisingly, because he's 16, he doesn't really want to learn about AI. I'm not really sure why that is, but I had him send him a message this morning to say, okay, find some AI tools that people can use in their business and list them out and tell me whether. So he's doing that for me, but those are the types of things
Oh,
that I've
that's
been
awesome.
doing.
That's awesome. That'll help you, and he
Yes,
fulfills his homework at the same time. That's what you call a win-win situation.
exactly.
Oh, fantastic. So, I forgot to mention this or ask you this. What's your goal for Barter Black? Where do you want to take it?
Woo! That's a loaded question. Because I honestly know and feel that Barter Black is going to be competing with the top freelancer platforms, those being the Fivers, the Upworks, the freelancer.com types of things. Because what we're doing is similar to their platforms, but instead of, like you said in the beginning of the introduction, you don't have to have the resources up front.
Mm.
Barter Black is not going to break the bank. It's not going to, break your budget. We've created a way for you to get the goods and services that you need in your business without that immediate upfront of cash flow. So my goal is to compete with the big dogs. My goal is
Awesome. I
to
love it.
be able to provide a service for Black entrepreneurs, giving them the space and the time to actually get the help that they need in their business while they try to grow their business. Because too many of us are the employees, but we're not the actual CEOs. So it's
Mm.
important for us to start hiring those experts in our business. And the experts are us. We're the experts. So you'll be able to go online and purchase the services from these experts so you can start focusing on your zone of genius. Why did you start your business? You didn't start, if you're a coach or what, you didn't start it to learn branding, to learn marketing, to learn accounting, to be the lawyer, to be all the things. So I want to be that go-to marketplace for Black entrepreneurs to get the goods and services that they need, but also that ecosystem of Black entrepreneurship community.
Okay. So I know you're running an early adopter campaign. How many people do you have on the platform now so
So
far?
we don't have anyone on there yet. We haven't started. We launched on August 12th. We haven't started signing people up yet.
Okay.
Hopefully by Monday we'll get that started. But we have about 30 people pre-registered to get the
Mm.
information.
Hmm.
My goal is 50, so definitely sign up. And the early adopter program will not come back around. But
Right. You can only early adopt
yes, you
for
can
so long,
only
right?
early adopt, but it tells, the community that you believed in this platform before we even launch.
Hmm.
And the types of things that you get, you always get perks with me. Like you always get rewarded with me. So you'll get a one-on-one call with me. to walk you through signing up for the platform, answer any questions that you have. You'll also get a gift for our relaunch party. That's August 11th. So we'll be mailing out gifts for that. And then you get a early adopter badge on your profile. So people know that, look, yep, this person signed up before they even launched. So let me work with them. So you get that badge. You get a couple of other things, but those are some of the things that you get.
Nice. All right. This came to my mind. Have you heard, or has anybody come to you with negative feedback saying, well, I don't want to do business with Black people because, Black people don't do business well, or, that kind of thing. Have you heard that?
I
And what do
have
you say to that?
I have not heard that. And the community that I'm building is built by Black people, for Black people, for Black people to succeed. And the only way that we can succeed is if we start working together. If you look at the stats, and we can go through a bunch of stats, less than 5% of employer operated businesses in the United States are Black owned. So what does that tell you? That tells you that Black entrepreneurs are not hiring in our businesses. And because we aren't hiring in our businesses, we can't create sustainable businesses. So our businesses die with us. So it's important for us to start hiring in our businesses so we can create sustainable businesses, so we can create generations or family businesses as we know them. And when you think about the statistics, white owned businesses account for over 80% of employer operated businesses. So we're far behind in the stats when it comes to that. So it's super important. And I always tell people the funding is not going to save us, because I feel like these big corporations, they're happy to say, oh, I, funded this Black owned business. But when people get these funds, they're not hiring. They're focused on putting it other places that's not creating the system where their business can actually run without them. That's the goal. And I think people need to start thinking about the future and not now of their business, because the goal should be that the business can run without you. You can go on vacation for a week. You don't have to worry about that laptop. And you start that by getting the help that you need, and stop trying to learn everything.
Right. See, you just preached the sermon right there. I'm going to say amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Um, that's um, I've been in this kind of valley of decision about what niche I should do. And I've been contemplating working with Black-owned businesses because my marketing system is really designed to help people to build up a business in such a way that it can work without them. They can
Mm-hmm.
step away and the business can keep running. They can build it to a point where they can sell it or they can pass it on to the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
But we talk about this whole concept of generational wealth. Well, you can't build generational wealth if you're working your little fingers to the bone trying to do everything, and you can't step away for a minute to have dinner with your kids
Right.
or go
Right.
to the baseball game or
Absolutely.
take a vacation, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Hiring, leveraging the technology, leveraging automation, you know, put these things in place, create the systems that let the business run on its own.
Right.
Um, so yeah, you're spot on. I love it. I love it. You are spot on. You are spot on. So tell me this. How are you nurturing the people who are coming into your world, who are interested in being on this platform?
Yeah. So, one of the main things, and I forget who I was just telling this to, but my goal is to make everyone who joins the platform feel involved. Whether you're on our mailing list or on my social media, I'm always posting or doing things to provoke you to think more about your business than just today and the sale. We're too focused on the sale, and we're not creating that foundation that helps us build our business. But one of the most important things that I did this year was our customer discovery, which I forget how many interviews I did, but I did about 40 customer discovery interviews where I actually dug deep and spent hours with, customers, potential customers. Not everyone was on my mailing list at first. There were some that were, there were some that weren't. And just basically asking them questions. And every interview, they got off and they either said, "Oh, you worked me to the bone," or "Oh my goodness, I have some work to do," or "I have some homework to do," or "You made me think about things that I wasn't thinking about." But what they probably didn't notice is the questions that I was asking were giving me answers to how I present Barter Black to them, how I design Barter Black for them. So it was very informational, and feedback is huge for me. So I even have a form where if you have, like you said, something about negative feedback or something, you can give it to me. I want it. So we have a form where you can submit anonymous feedback. You don't have to put your name on it. You can say, "I hate what you posted today." Okay, let me know. Because what I learned in my customer discovery is before that, people were thinking things that they didn't say to me. And I'm like, "Well, why didn't you say that?" And I figured I didn't create that space for them too, because a lot of us don't ask for feedback. Now I'm asking for it all the time.
Yeah.
Let me know what I did. Even if it's good, that's fine too. But
Oh yeah, I
I
want to hear
want
both the positive and the negative, right?
yeah, I want
Improve and
people,
know when you're doing well. Celebrate the win.
right.
Yeah.
And they do that too, which is awesome. The messages I get on a weekly basis are just so inspiring to me. And it definitely motivates me because sometimes I might not get anything on a post and it's just crickets. And I'm like, okay, but then I'll get a message that I see you. I see you.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's
my
fantastic.
thing is making sure that the community feels involved in everything that I do, because this is not just for me.
Yeah.
This is for the legacies of each member's family. Because if they build a successful business by getting the goods and services that they need, that's helping their family. Like you said, you can't build a generational wealth in a business if you're the only one working. Because if you passed
Absolutely.
away yesterday, no one will know what to do. Because
Exactly.
Coaches, are clients slipping through the cracks in your business, even at 6 or 7 figures? Don't skip this. You're about to find out why your sales growth feels stuck. You're amazing at coaching, but behind the scenes, leads fall through the cracks, admin tasks eat your time, and scaling feels harder than it should. It's not your fault. Your business is leaking opportunities you don't even see. That's why I created free resource 66 strategy holes that are blocking your sales growth. It shows you the exact blind spots in your client lifecycle where you're losing time, money, and clients. So you can finally grow with ease. And these strategies work. One of my clients plugged in just one of my automated systems and grew her revenue 300% while saving over 10 hours every single week. Imagine what fixing just half of these 66 holes could do for you. If you're a serious growth minded coach, stop patching leaks and start scaling with confidence. Join my free online community today and grab your copy of 66 strategy holes that are blocking your sales growth. Click below and get it now.
Fantastic. How do you get people to make the decision to join?
that's one I'm still trying to figure out. So I believe that because I have, and I want people. Sometimes people look at your journey and they think that everything was just smooth and oh, people love her. Oh, they just signed up on a dime. I've been doing this for over 2 years now, so I've tried to build that know, like, and trust factor when it comes to bartering. And I can tell even when like someone mentions bartering somewhere else, people are tagging Nicole Murphy. So
Oh, nice.
I
Okay,
love
fantastic.
that. But I think the fact that I've educated and I've nurtured, like you asked, I've nurtured the audience. Um, I had people willing to sign up. I'm still working on how to get it faster,
Hmm.
even though we haven't launched yet. So I can't really, I mean, we haven't launched the new platform yet. So I can't really gauge who will sign up. My goal is 50 signups before we launch and then 50 signups
Okay.
the week that we launch. But I'm
Hmm.
hoping that the work that I'm doing with social media, with partnering with organizations, with email marketing, those encourage people to sign up. And I hope the early adopter program encourages people to sign up because you get 6 months for the price of one. You can't beat that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so once they do sign up, then how are you? Well, you did say you had some welcome gifts and some things like that, right? So what's the onboarding process look like? Say I
So the
sign up, then what happens?
Yeah, so after they sign up, so the onboarding process, of course, is the I don't want to call it an application, but you know how you fill out the important information.
Hmm.
You do have to fill out information for a W-9
Okay.
because most people do not know bartering is a taxable income or expense, well, however you want to do it. So we have to provide 1099-Bs at the end of the year. So we
Okay.
can show what transactions you had on the platform, and then you can file it on your taxes.
So
Um,
this is all legit and
yes,
legal. This is not
yes,
like an under the table situation happening over
yes,
here.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So we do all of that's during the sign up process, and then we ask a couple of survey questions as well. But once you sign up, you can update your profile, making sure that everyone knows who you are. You can start posting jobs because that's how you earn barter bucks on the platform. Once you sell your services or your goods on the platform, you'll get barter bucks. And then you can use those barter bucks to spend anywhere else with any member on the platform.
So you said that it hasn't started yet. So, but you tested the whole system from end to end, and you know it all works. So, if there's a bum rush to the system, if, you get a whole bunch of businesses are like, you know what, I need some service. Let me
Look,
go to Barter Black. Let me go sign up. It's
I
gonna
would
be
love
just
that.
fine.
The
Yeah.
developers may not love that, but but we're prepared. We're prepared,
Awesome.
and that's why I want to get people on the platform early as well because I do want to give. And even though this will not be around long either is the one-on-ones with me because there's no way that I can do all of that. Right now, it's
Yeah.
just for the early adopters. So if you want to take advantage of that, definitely sign up early. But we are making sure that on the back end that we are prepared for the bum rush. I would definitely love the bum rush because it makes the platform work
Yeah.
with many services, and that's why I wanted to get people on there early. That's why we're pushing to get more people on there the first week that we launch. um, and that's why we have our influencer program where you can earn more barter bucks by referring people onto the platform. So we want you to refer people and we want to reward you because then you can use those barter bucks to purchase what you want on the platform.
Okay. Awesome. Um, so when your surprise, delight, and wow is where you're giving gifts for the relaunch party. You've got early adopter badge. What else are you doing to just make it pleasure to be part of this Barter Black platform?
So like I said, having people involved in the process, always
Hmm.
asking for feedback. Um, The one-on-ones is definitely super important. One of the things that we are doing, so let me mention this first. When you sign up for the platform, depending on what plan you have, we have two different plans. You'll get a $250, no, 250 barter credit or 500 barter credit. So you can start immediately when you join the platform. Because of course, if you were to just to sign up and haven't sold anything yet, you wouldn't be able to purchase anything on the platform. So we give you a credit to be able to do that. But one of the things that we are doing, and this is our social impact, is making sure that we hold space for Black nonprofits. So we are starting a beta program where we launch that we're choosing 10 Black nonprofits who can be, nonprofits can be on the platform too and have regular membership if they want, but they can also sign up to be in our beta program. And this is just us testing to see how this works. Because they don't necessarily always have things that they can sell or good, they may have a little, but because they don't necessarily have a lot to do and we don't want to force them to be able to have to sell on the platform, we're starting this beta program where they are getting 1,500 barter bucks a quarter, so they can just go ahead and buy whatever they want. If it's web development, maybe they need accounting services, or graphics design, they can just purchase those things, and that is our contribution to them to be able to get the help that they need in their organization. Because we know sometimes money is, not sometimes, all the time, money is, it hinders us from doing the things that we really need to do. So we want to make sure that we are supporting the nonprofits in our community as well.
Oh, okay, that's fantastic. Is this an automatic thing when I join the platform? I'm gonna see all the benefits that I get right away.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. You'll have grant access. Each plan will have that. We have monthly grants that get loaded every first of the month to tell you. So August 1st, here are grants, pitch competitions, accelerators that you can apply for the month. You'll also be able to, for the gold plan, the higher plan, you'll also be able to upload your events. Because I know that's one of the main things. Okay, we have events, but where do we post them? We want you to post them on our site because we want our members to join your events. When you succeed, we succeed. So those are some of the things that we offer on the platform as well. It's not just about, bartering. The main thing is bartering, of course, but we want to make sure that we're supporting you in your journey of sustainability in your business.
Okay. So this event posting, this is part of a kind of, it's not necessarily part of the bartering. It's another service that's being offered. Okay.
Yep. That you can add your events to our event calendar.
Okay. And there's a cost to that.
That's in the gold. So there's a silver plan and a gold plan. So that's in the higher plan that you can add your events to that. And also in that plan, we're going to be doing what we call go live sessions, where if you are maybe an accountant, you can get on live for about an hour. If people have questions, they can come on and ask you questions, or if you have something you can present, because our goal is to create that visibility. It's different being in a membership and not seeing anyone. I want you to see people. I want you to get to know people. So you say, oh, that was the accountant that was on live a couple of weeks ago. She answered my questions. Let me go to her website and see what she has going on. Or let me, go purchase her services or something like that. So we want to create as much visibility for our members as possible.
Oh, that's fantastic. And okay, and so when it comes to referrals and stuff, you were talking about an influencer program. Is that an automated thing too, or
yep?
How does that work? Yeah.
Okay. As soon we're uploading a lot of pages today, but as soon as you sign in, that's the first page you go to. So you can grab your link and you can post it anywhere. And then once people sign up using your link, this is another perk to being an early adopter. All early adopters for the first month get 100 barter bucks for each member that signs up. If you register after, it's only 50, but 50 is still a lot because on our platform, 50 barter bucks equals $50. So it's $1 to 1 barter buck. So that's how it works when you're pricing your services as well. Whenever you post your products or services, if you sell it for $50, you post it for $50. But you do get barter bucks for referring.
Awesome. That is really awesome.
Thank you.
Okay. So, and then once you have people referring others, then those people come along and they become part of the referral program, and it just keeps coming.
Yeah. Because we want, I know that once people are on the site and they know how to use it, they're going to refer people. But our goal is to make sure that every Black entrepreneur, every business has what they need when they're trying to start, grow, and scale their business. We want to make sure that people are not using money as a hindrance to them growing their business. There's no excuse at this point because you can
That's
just
my new
join Barter Black.
hashtag. This is gonna be my new what you call it
Motto.
Motto. No excuses. Hashtag no excuses.
No excuses.
No excuses. There
Join
are just
Barter
too
Black.
exactly. There are too many resources out here to be making excuses.
Yes.
There's too much help. There's too much knowledge to be making excuses for not growing, for not reaching your goal, for not moving forward.
Right.
You know? So yeah, Barter Black people, no excuses. I will be joining. I want to be one of these early adopters because I like perks, and I also feel like your system, you described it end to end, and it sounds like a fantastic system.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I love the mission. I love the mission. It's my mission. Let's we can't build generational wealth doing it all on our own. So let's get in here. Let's help each other, and we can all grow together. That's the only way this is going to work. It's together. That's the way the gig economy works. This is how Amazon is growing. It's how Uber is growing. They're saying Airbnb is a vacation rental company that doesn't own any property, right? They offer, hey, use our platform to rent your house. You make money, we make money. It's all right.
Yeah.
Same with Uber. Get out there, drive some people around. They pay us, you give me some.
Yeah.
It's all about partnering together and in order to help each other to grow. And so I love the whole idea of your platform.
Thank you.
When I first saw it in the group on Facebook, I was like, oh, this is interesting. And been seeing your posts ever since. I've been following ever since. But you know what? I've been one of those people who's like, I need to hear you talk for 7 hours before I actually take action. Okay. Yep. So I'm not going to wait a full 7 hours to hear you talk about this. I'm going to jump in. And you who are watching, if Barter Black is for you, jump in, be an early adopter, and the link will be in the notes. So no excuses, people. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's work together. Let's help each other grow with Barter Black. Thank you so much, Nicole.
No problem. Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed this.
Absolutely. Any final words of wisdom that you want to give?
Yeah. So the time is now. Like we said, no excuses. If you really want to grow a successful and sustainable business, you have to start hiring. And if you don't have the budget to hire, you Barter Black. That's it.
That's right. Barter Black. No budget, Barter Black. There you go. There's a solution. There is a solution. Fantastic. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for watching my video. If this content has helped you in any way, help me to share this with others by subscribing to this channel. And please click the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Also, like the video and don't forget to comment below your biggest takeaway so that we can share it with others. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.